Hey, Gecko.
Hey, my fellow Degens.
What up, Gecko?
Trying not to shoot a crispy gecko on a wall. It's 33 at the moment.
Oof.
What?
You think Gecko get approved for travel to Australia?
No.
Easy.
Reject it.
I look at your temperatures and I scoff at the simplicity of those low numbers. He said while sitting in front of an aircon.
Yeah, I'll definitely let you guys know if I get approved. If my visa gets
Oh, what's
approved.
happening?
I'm planning to
You're
head
going on
over to
another holiday?
Australia. No, not really. Kind of planning for July. Heading over to
What's-
Australia.
For what?
For another holiday. I don't want to say it.
Holidays,
But
dude. Holidays.
Terrible, man.
I'll let you wake me at 5 a.m. again, just not for that same reason.
Terrible.
Yeah. I need to say a prayer. I need to make a sacrifice. I need to make a human sacrifice maybe before I head over for another
Didn't we
holiday.
Yeah,
burn-
don't say that. Don't say that to
Didn't
the
we-
Australian government officials.
Can I burn a kangaroo as a sacrifice?
Keep
Or a
any
cockatoo.
sort of word
Doesn't-
Can I burn a
sacrificing
room
out
and
of
a
your
cockatoo?
application.
Doesn't Luke always say that they're pests? Like kangaroos are pests. Like he says every cute animal in Australia is a pest. I don't know why, man.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Good eye, mate.
Hi. Just talking about you.
Uh-oh.
And how you say all the cute animals in Australia are usually pests.
We don't have cute animals.
They all want to kill you.
The animals
Yeah,
be cute. I didn't know that.
Instantly escalates it.
The animals are alright.
News to me.
It's the humans' fault for slipping into their mouths and letting them inject them with venom.
What?
I didn't get any of that.
Oh God, Gecko. I'm surprised you survived that long.
We don't have Pete tonight either, do we?
What? Sorry.
Hey, I heard that from someone.
And
They
I
weren't
think
my
it's-
words,
Hey,
for sure.
XP, what's going on?
It's so
Oh, no,
spicy
that was
today.
That was Lala. That was her inspirational words for Pete.
Me. All the innocent people in this chat is me. Sure.
This is escalating very early. We're 2 minutes
Lala
in.
and innocent just don't go in the same sentence, honestly.
I am. Come on, Gecko. Luke would agree. Come on, agree with me, Luke.
Sure. Which 12.
The
It's
only
true.
reason he's agreeing is because he would rather agree with you than me. Even
Oh,
though-
wow, King of
It
KOGs
works.
is
It
in the
works.
chat.
It works. It works in my favor.
Do we get to hear from Princess?
Can't be the king of cogs and not pitch up when we talk about cogs.
Hmm.
We're Sans Ben and Sans Pete tonight. Okay.
And Phil, I believe.
And Phil. Jeez.
And Phil?
I
Who's going to
believe
fill us
so.
in on Quest?
Phil is not here
Yeah, I
today.
guess.
It'll be you.
It was a pun. No reaction.
And yeah, your dad jokes
Wait.
aren't as good as Luke's.
I think the answer here is if this goes well, we don't need those guys.
Mhm.
Or anything, really.
So dark.
Give me 1 sec. I'll do a bit of a. Do you want me to start with the product update? I can do an overview and then we'll do some demos, Lala. Or do you
Yeah,
want
I think
would
we'll
you
do
have
that first. So just so everyone's info as well, those who just rolled in. Ben won't be joining us tonight, but we will still continue with our product reviews and updates and a few teasers here and there, and we'll end with some information for the COGS community. But that will be at the end of the segment today. So we'll just kick off with Luke right now.
Thank you. We've got quite a good little crowd already. So yeah, I'll start with a bit of a product update. So we had PI planning last week, which is why we didn't have an AMA, but we've actually got a fair bit of stuff in the works. So what I'll do is I'll run through what we've got coming, which is basically what we've got built and is being tested at the moment. So that's really close to going out. We're sort of aiming for early next week for that. I'll run through what they are, and I'll talk about what we're working on in this PI. So the work coming up, and then what we'll do is we'll do a bit of a demo on some of this stuff that's coming, and talk about some of the work we're doing on the back end as well. So we've talked a lot about interoperability, and we're working on that between the apps. So we're trying to get as much functionality in the back end as possible that makes sense, so we can share functions between the apps and make sure the apps are interoperable, and anything that's built going forward can also be. And also just general stability of the apps. We keep talking about that, but it's something we're really focused on at the moment. The more we move to that back end, and the more we sort of remove from the client side, the lighter and easier those apps become to maintain and to and then obviously the lighter and they perform better. So as part of that, we've been going through and systematically reviewing and rebuilding anything that's inefficient in the code. And as I said, moving those heavy functions from the client app to the back end. So that's going well. And we're progressing well with that. It's going to be something that probably goes on for a long time, but we're chipping away at it, and it's a major focus for us right now. Also, pets are coming in the next build. I know there's been some pet functionality, but that's going to get expanded a lot. It's come a long way, and I know we've teased it a couple of times, but there really is quite a big catalog in there now of pets, and that's just going to keep growing. UrbanGecko will take you through some of that. We've added leaderboard functionality to the platform, and they'll be available in not only the apps but also on the web, so we'll be able to display them on a website, so you won't have to necessarily go in just to see where you're ranking on that. We're doing something fairly simple, which again we'll run through in a bit more detail, but it's kind of a lead into something much bigger. So we'll be able to share that with creators soon, and those leaderboards will be able to be utilized in districts. Dynamic billboards are another one. So that's kind of similar. They're web-based billboards, but they'll be in the new builds, and they can be changed dynamically from the back end, so we can update those and refresh those dynamically. Avatar and avatars are implemented. We've been testing those for a while, and you've seen those as well. We've teased that a bit, but they're working really well now, and we've implemented that into our web page as well, into the portal. So you can go and customize those in there, and then use them in the Vault like the other avatars. Plasma and chess is the next one, and this is a big one, so I'm not even going to go into any detail on this, but UrbanGecko will take us through it. But this is kind of what we've been talking about as far as collecting those rewards, those AI credits, but we'll explain a bit more about why that's important. Also, I want to run through live ops a bit more. We've talked about live ops in the platform and what we're building on the back end. I just want to give a little bit of a demo later. But I think it'll make more sense after you've seen the other functionality and the new functions. I think if we do that at the end, that'll make a lot more sense. So I talked about the PI and what we're working on going forward. There's a lot of stuff in it, and I won't go into everything, but the highlights for me are custom templates, which we've been talking about for ages and building for ages. We really want to get this right. So basically, the custom templates will allow a lot more flexibility in the scene creation in districts, with additional functionality like mechanics and things. And we've talked about the prefabs, which are the wrapped up game mechanics. So that's all part of that as well. So we're going to have much more flexibility, and it's kind of in some ways a good thing that some of these districts haven't been built out beyond just general customer, a lot more enticing for district owners and studios and creators generally. And just on that note, we talked a bit about having different types of apps and connecting different experiences to the platform that may not necessarily be the Vault or are joined to the Vault in a different way. And one of the technologies we're exploring at the moment is WebXR. The reason we're looking at this now, and we have touched on it a few times in the past, but one of the reasons we've sort of held back a little bit is because there was a limited amount of access to the hardware on the device level from with the platform as it was. So now some of that's been opened up just recently this year, in the last few months anyway. It's been opened up, so that allows us to build much more graphic intensive back end, the stuff on the back end that doesn't necessarily need a lot of bandwidth to download. It can use the power of the device, which obviously, the mobiles and VR headsets and things are getting a lot more powerful now. So it's opened up an opportunity for us, and it's something we're definitely going to explore. The good thing about WebXR is because it's web-based, it's much more adaptable and allows us to quickly change and update scenes and things without client releases. So we see this as being a couple of things. One, it could just be small experiences that use our platform that are still interoperable with the Vault, but also we can see it becoming part of the Vault. We might end up with this hybrid scenario where we can have elements of WebXR sitting inside the Vault that are dynamically updated. But it's just an exploration piece at the moment, but it's definitely something we are interested in and can see the value of. And to be honest as well, it's not just WebXR. I think we need to be open to a lot of different technologies to connect to this platform. So it won't stop at XR, but that's we think a really good starting point and a good opportunity for us. And then the other big one is economy. I'll leave this because it's pretty big and it kind of dovetails into the future announcements and what Ben wants to talk about. So I'm going to park that one for now. But there is a lot of stuff happening with economy, and I just wanted to reassure people that we haven't glossed over that or parked that in any way. It's happening, and it's a big part of what we're working on at the moment. Do you want to do a bit of a demo, UrbanGecko?
All right, just give me a minute to get my quest ready.
Sure. Have we got any questions while we're waiting?
We have one, which is
George,
DC PC Vault app launching this month. Thanks.
I see us being able to share it with some community members this month. Yep. So it's built. We've been testing it internally. We're finding things. I don't think it's ready for production in the next couple of weeks, but I think we can get people in there testing it for sure. So it's working. The functionality is working on the whole, but we're just getting some weird error messages and just little bugs, little UI type bugs. But essentially it works, and it's pretty functional. So I think we're going to get another set of builds tomorrow. And if the WebGL build's looking okay, then we can share that for sure. If I know you're interested, George74, and if anybody else is interested just in doing some testing on that, giving some feedback, we're happy to do that as well. I don't know if we can. We might be able to demo it tonight, but there's nothing. I mean, I think over a screen share, there's not much to see because it just looks like the Vault. It looks like a big version of the app, which you can run the iOS app on Mac already. But I think actually just using it and experiencing it and being able to give that feedback is going to be probably more valuable. How you tracking, Micah?
I'm live. So this is a sneak peek of something coming in future for the lobby. So I'm not going to talk more about that for now. I'm just going to pick a community favorite, a nice horny avatar.
Good taste.
You guys see the purple over here? What does that go through into casting? Let me. Let's change my avatar quickly. Sorry, I'm a fussy person. It's very hot, so I can't be wearing such a big full outfit at the moment. All right. Is it coming through smooth for you guys, or is it a little bit choppy because, African internet and all?
That seems pretty.
Just going to come back here and show you guys. We've added skybox functionality to the quarters. So obviously we've got a placeholder at the moment, so excuse the black up there, but we can change this out now on the fly. We can change it, obviously, not you guys. So that's something we've always been getting requests of. It's Halloween, do something Halloween. If it's Christmas, do something Christmas, and all these kind of events. So The next major one, I believe, is Easter coming up. So we'll probably be able to do something that's part of the customization. Can you guys hear what I can hear as well? Or is the sound not coming through?
Yeah, I don't hear it. Not sure about the others, but I don't.
Pardon?
I don't hear it.
Okay. Well, what you would be hearing right now is we've also added the same functionality as what we got in the DJ scenes now, where we can control the music that's played as an ambient sound in the quarters. So that's again something where we can change it to have kind of a spooky background effect and things like that going on when you're in the vault for game for Halloween or something like that. And then coming to the item of experience points, as Luke mentioned, we've got something called Plasma that's coming. And as you can see, I've already been in here and claimed mine for today. So I can claim again in 10 hours and 40 minutes. So this value that you see of the 5 is a placeholder. That value will be changing in the near future, which will be rolled out in much more detail. Lala and the marketing team have a whole blog post that's posted on that. So you guys will get more information on that. But just so you guys know, these chests that you're seeing here, this one can only be opened if you have an RFOX ID and you're logged in. Then this one is a special one for, let's just say, the OG community. That'll accelerate your farming because this one's token gated. So if you have a normal citizen or OG citizen, you'll be able to claim this one as well. And then for those of you who have not found today's one, we have the daily one that randomly moves around, which is located over here. This one is again also to only if you have an RFOX ID can you claim this one, but it's not token gated, so anybody can find this. And you're going to want to farm these things because of something related to the foxes, which I'll talk about just now when I show you. Then I don't know how much of the core improvements you guys have seen, but for me, I know you can't experience this because you're not in here, and through the internet, the buffering and Discord and everything, it's probably a bit choppy. But this whole experience is so much smoother. We've done a lot for performance. When I get near trees, I don't feel like I'm going to die anymore from a lag and things like that. So Kevin, the environment artist for us, has been doing leaps and bounds on optimizations in that sense. Hey, like, he still stands there like a very good looking peasant.
That was a compliment wrapped in an insult.
That's the best kind. That's how you know it's covered in love.
The
And
shit sandwich is
then,
a last piece of bread.
and then we
Any-
mentioned the billboards. Yeah, you want to go ahead there, XP?
So those are available now for people to find.
Oh, you. What, these chests? What are you talking about,
Yeah.
Lake? Oh, the chests, they'll be in the next build. As soon as that build goes live, you'll be able to start hunting them. At the moment, you'll see it's currently got the old chest, like the golden one with the coins in it. That is what you'll be seeing right now. So they are live. This one, the static one, and that random one, but this one's new. That's a new feature that we've developed with the token gating, and that's something again. When you see these things pop into the vault, we're not just creating it for ourselves. This will get wrapped up, and it becomes a powerful feature that people like Second City have requested. That's one of the requested features, was to be able to token gate an action, which this proves that point. So this is a proof of concept that demonstrates that, which we then wrap up and we're going to put into the SDK. Then for the build boards, we haven't put the texture in at the moment because this is a test build. But these are some of the build boards that we've placed. This one, you'll see this one over there as well. And these build boards are something that we can dynamically on the fly change at any given time. We don't need to do a new build. So again, this is a new aspect of what we're doing now, where we're taking a lot of what's built and coded, hard coded into the vault, and we're removing it out, turning it into systems that we can then also expose for creators and district owners. So this is again a proof of concept, and we're going to test this and do various things with it. And as soon as we're happy, we wrap it up and we put it in the SDK so that all the creators can also start using what's running behind making this possible.
I was just going to say before, Micah, the chests being in districts, even if we're not talking about token gating other functions or other items in these districts, just the chests themselves being in a district as the random daily prize, and even positioning that somewhere we want to drive the traffic through, I think that can even be quite appealing to a creator as well.
Yeah. And the cool thing about it is when the creators start creating their own tokens, they start creating their own NFTs and all that kind of stuff, they can decide what's inside that chest, what you unlock and all those kind of things. And they can do with it what they want. They don't have to make it XP or something like that. They can change that as they please, whatever suits their ecosystem. Let me go into the apartment lobby. I know we've been talking for a long time about UI version 2 that we're working on. And our first integration, hey Xavier, our first integration where we've rolled out what's going to be part of the new UI is this portal for the apartments. So when you come here, you'll see this. There's still one or two little things we're fixing before we push out the public build. So again, this is not the final build. A few little things will be fixed here. But this looks a lot better than what we had before. So this is the first view of what you guys are going to see. We're going to start rolling out across everything for apartments and things like that.
It's much more responsive as well. I've noticed it. It's really smooth.
Especially the loading of these. When you go to the next page and things like that, it's almost instant now. So yeah. Just want to go. Is there something you'd like me to demo in the apartments?
Yes, go to the Sky apartment and swim in the pool.
Guy. Okay.
We don't got to see Gecko in a swimsuit, do we?
Always in a loincloth.
There's also some
Gonna
changes
float.
upstairs.
This is why I chose this avatar. As you can see, I'm already in my costume. Ready. Just test the water. It's a little bit cold. It's a hot day, so I know if you
We
want to
can't go
really,
cold water.
I'm just really treading water yeah, at the moment. So immersive. Literally, I'm
I was
immersed.
gonna say, if you start walking on water, we'll have to call you Gecko Jesus.
Sheesh, I would never claim to be that. Yeah, I don't like my skybox. Let me change this quickly. There we go. That's much better. Feels like a sky apartment now. And then, for a few of you who've been asking, you can finally go into this room now. So that's new. Do I show off what's behind this, Luke? Or do I leave that? Yes, no, maybe?
Sounds good.
Yeah, that was
Number
definitely
is it the number
okay, I'll do it.
25?
No, no, it's not. Okay, so we, we were always talking about that grammar-friendly type of customization, and this is one of the first steps towards creating that. And again, this isn't just a one-off item. The way we're doing this and what you're seeing here is actually a system. So it applies, and it's going to apply to a lot of other things we're going to do down the line. But just something simple like being able to start scaling these things to whatever size you want. At the moment, this is not working. We've got a new build that's got it working, but it shows up with a little thing, and I can click and drag this thing around. So for now, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to show you by actually typing this in. Let's go. Let's just move it by one. So we'll be able to start placing these things wherever you want. And you can decide if you don't want art on it or not. So again, this will disable everything if you want to get rid of it or show it. So district owners, again, we're opening this up. We're going to make this go way big and it's very small. So you can customize and do whatever you want. But you must either own your apartment or own the district to do it. So it's obviously, if you don't have one, you can't come in and do this. I like my art big. So you can really just come in, embrace it.
Say if you had the MetaQuest 3 or the new Apple thing, was that something where you could use your fingers to click and zoom and drag and as well, you think? I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, I'm not going to talk about any of that stuff. All right, you can fish all you want, but I'm not going to be the one to spill that. All right, while I'm here, I'm gonna show the pets, the new pets. You guys have probably seen pictures of these, but I don't think you've got into. Ooh, that's not supposed to be there.
Is it just me or is the stream gone a bit dodgy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. It went. Okay. It's back to normal.
Is it better now?
Yeah. Yeah.
That's perfect. I'm glad it went dodgy because there was something that people
Yeah,
weren't
no, it
supposed
is
to
that.
see. Okay.
Wow.
So
Gecko.
this is, we're calling this Orange Fox, but that's what we're calling it. So Lala will talk more about what we want you guys to call it. So we're going to let you guys name this bad boy. Only this bad boy, because we all know these names are going to probably be very dodgy.
Lucky.
I think- my submission is going to be Foxy McFoxface. And I think that'll gain some good traction. So we've got these new pets now, the foxes. So they're in there. And we're doing a little bit of scaling on the pets because they were just way too big. But you can still jump on them. You can make them big for treats if you know how. Oh, come on, Foxy.
Pet abuse.
Way too many jokes
No!
there.
It's so cute. These things look amazing. I'll show you this one. So there's a few different ones. This one that you're seeing here is what did you get? These are token gated, by the way, except for the orange one. The orange one, Lala will explain to you how you can get it. But this one's token gated for anyone who has a citizen. If you have a citizen, this will automatically be unlocked for you, just a regular citizen. Then we've got this bad boy, whose eyes actually glow, by the way. I should maybe take him to the arcade and show you. This is reserved for anyone with an OG citizen. And then this bad boy. Hey, wrong one. Oh, I broke it. Oh, we have a bug. Literal fox bug. Let me go show you an arcade. I think it's going to be the best place to show it.
Is there anything to cause a civil war between the quarters with animals, like a fox for Archimodans and a fox for Scalanovans, and
You
that
would
way they
make such a
can
good president.
bicker?
No, we
Well, I
don't.
just
We
like
don't.
watching Voltox and them guys bicker like old nannies in the chat.
They can bicker about who's got a cooler fox, and that's about it. If they want to fight about it, they're more than welcome. Sorry, the light in my room seems to be a bit low. That's why I'm getting a bit of jittering here. It's not the app. Let's just turn the lights on quickly. Where's my light switch?
Thanks for the
Oh
fun.
yeah.
Don't go towards the light.
Man, Greg, you have a beautiful face.
Bit pixelated again.
Yeah. So let me just get those pets out.
It's better now.
No, I broke
You
it.
do got a pretty big alpha there, mate.
Sorry, guys.
He's just like, yeah, he's just putting it there.
Something I wanted to show you, but I need to restart the app. I'll show you just now. Oh. Just want to show you guys that this is. Sorry, I'm out of my freaking bounding box here. I'm such an idiot. I blocked myself. Just for all those people that want to play chess out there, you can actually reach the other side of the board now.
Fixed.
See? So chess is working again. You can finally play. I reset it by mistake there.
It'd be
But you
Pong's
can
one.
finally reach it. You're not a very good chess player, Foxy.
We're working on improving the beer pong as well to get that working a bit more smoothly. We're finding when there's multiple people in there, it gets a bit janky. So we're working on that too.
And again, that's part of the optimization process that we're going through at the moment, because as we're fixing things, we're finding that some things were just kind of patched. Some things need to be turned into a system, which we can then roll out. Oh. Sorry, guys. My headset is on fire right now because it is blistering hot here by me. All right, people. You're going to have to own an OG citizen with a crystal to see that other fox.
Have there been any upgrades to the AI avatars in there, like lakes?
Yeah. The avatars can be created now on the portal, the Vault portal, but we're working on getting them in so you can basically deploy them. Not only have them as your avatar, but actually deploy them if you're district owners.
So Pete could have one standing by the lake and the outside, and then maybe he could give random fishing facts or whatever
Sure.
in his Malaysian accent. That'd be cool.
There's the Pete avatar is super creepy. I don't know if anyone's seen it, but it
Oh.
freaks me.
We should
Yeah.
have taken a photo of that, man. That
Oh,
would
no,
freak
that's-
me out.
Have you gone back into the app yet? Because if you haven't, I can do my demo in one fell swoop here.
Yeah, you can go ahead. My headset is just not happy with me right now. It's like not even connecting to Wi-Fi. Don't know why. I think it's just too hot.
As long as you don't give your wife that same excuse later for Valentine's, Gecko, it's too hot.
What if I told her she's too hot?
Could work.
This is not the
You-
angry conversation I thought I'll be hearing.
If the community asks questions, I answer. So AMA, not a AM, not A.
Yeah, you've been showing stuff, the total alpha stuff, eh?
Yeah, you're pretty slack with the alpha stuff, mate. Even trying to hide it.
Yeah.
Well, hey, I don't manage the toggles. You can show them how you can toggle that on in Orb so that it wouldn't have been there. Look.
It's a bit late for that, buddy.
I don't even know what you're talking about. They didn't see
No,
anything.
you're right. Disregard. I'm just connecting. Just give me one sec. Okay. Let me see.
Cogs land.
Yeah, there we go.
All you'll notice is I just spawned into Cog Slam. So I've flicked a toggle to say start the game in Slam instead of that normal spawn point in the train station. So obviously that gives us a bit of flexibility. If we wanted to, if we're having a DJ event, for example, we wanted to spawn people directly into the DJ event. We can either do it this way through the app naturally, or we can do it through deep linking, which is basically a link that will take you directly to that particular scene. You see, the chest has moved. It was over here before.
People are complaining that my stream was actually smoother.
Wow.
Australian internet's worse than African internet. Must be because they're further south, Atish.
Maybe the Quest 3 is too powerful for my internet connection.
That must be it. You're too busy sending all your data to Facebook.
That's
Just busy
definitely happened.
downloading your life as you speak.
So I just need to claim my plasma while we're here, because why not? Wish you could hear this music. It's
It
Good
is
tech
actually very
music.
nice.
good tech music playing in it. Yeah, it's good. And you'll see that 2 of these AI NPCs are gone as well. So we can control
And not
that.
by mistake.
I've left one guy on and I've dropped 2 out. So there's a whole bunch. I think we've got about 40 features in there now that we can turn on and off at will. So why this is important is because we mentioned the fact that we're trying to create stability here in the client side. So the less we have to release and the less we have to touch and change code to get these functions in and out, the better. And this will work not only for us, but we'll incorporate this in the scenes that creators make and district owners and things make as well. So we can basically build a feature, not release it, and then drop it at a particular time. That doesn't need to coincide with a build being released. It could be an event, and we can just turn it off again after the event. So the other side of this is, as UrbanGecko mentioned, those skyboxes. There's a skybox in this district now that can be changed live. Leaderboards can be changed live. There's a lot of things we can change. Not only the full scenes themselves, but smaller changes, items and art and things like that. We can move them around, turn them on and off. So it's really quite powerful. The fact that we've got tech music playing right now, and tomorrow we could have this off and have something else playing is, it makes it very flexible.
You want to show them the white box?
Oops, I just killed it. Yep, no, I didn't. Oh, yep, I can do the white fox. Actually, I don't think I've got the white fox, but I can show it in the UI. Yeah, I haven't got it.
What a
I'm gonna
noob.
I like this one. His eyes are cool.
What's his name?
Bob.
Bob.
Yeah. He's not officially named yet, but I'm calling him Bob. And do you have anything else to show UrbanGecko, or that was it?
No, that was all that I'm showing today. But then just the one item you mentioned there that I wanted to talk a little bit more is the leaderboards. So that leaderboard, Lala will talk again more about what the whole system is going to be and what you're going to do and what you're going to get. But leaderboards basically is not just a function of us being able to track one aspect. Again, it's a system-wide thing we've rolled out where we'll be able to track various things in various ways and filter things out in the back end with the way we tracking various credits or assets that you own and things like that. And we can generate a dynamic leaderboard at any time based on whatever parameters we want. And it's quite important because, again, when we roll that out into the SDK for the creators, it gives them the flexibility to build leaderboards for their games and, again, trigger different actions or different things based on what's going on with those leaderboards. So all these things kind of plug together, and it's part of the bigger ecosystem that we're building for the Vault. It's not just a single object that functions on its own. They're all deeply interconnected.
Do you want to answer? Do you want us to answer a couple of these questions, Lala, and then you can do your marketing run through?
Actually, we have the last 15 minutes, so I'm not sure that we should do mine, and then we'll see what we can cover through.
Really quickly, I'll answer Atesh's question, which is where did the chest move to? I just moved it. I moved it behind the mirror.
That's a good question, Atesh.
Lamel's probably going to find it and share it with everyone. He's definitely up to date to where you hide the chest all the time, anyways. Alrighty, so there are a few things that I do want to cover. Some items that Luke and Mike have also mentioned is in regards to naming the fox. Basically, it's the orange fox for now. We will be running a contest for that, and I know everybody here loves bragging rights on who named something that's going to be there very permanent, to be honest, and we're excited to see how you guys are going to name them. These foxes are going to be a big part of the vault, as well as, newbies, new people coming in would definitely be looking for these guys as their companions. So we'll be launching this contest, and we'll be talking a little bit more about the foxes end of this week. I will be posting up the website page links when they're ready, together with the information of what you guys need to do. There will be prizes attached to that, and it will all be done in about 1 to 2 weeks to find out the names and to shortlist the names. The team will be selecting the best ones, and we'll go in for a community vote on which works best. Another one from the Dragon Rush event, which is for KOGs Quest. I'll update this for Phil. We are extending it. So for those who are grinding really, really hard on this, congratulations. We will be extending this. So if you guys want to check it out, you guys should do it. Get all the cogs that you need. Make sure you get your pets tubed up, the ones that you want, and go hunting for them, because it's really, really close. It is something that you would like to have as well as in your collection. And we will update when we are nearing when we're going to be ending it and adding something new to that. But that I'll leave that to Phil when he gets back. Last one on my list, I think this is the biggest one, is something the community have been talking about. I'm sure those who are active in the KOGs community know about WUFFI. And WUFFI is doing an airdrop competition starting on the 16th of February. We understand that a lot of guys are really hyped up for that, and we do want to have a good time with everybody and make sure that everyone, trades well, sells well, and have fun during these 7 days when it's going to be happening. I will be posting out more information about what will happen and what you should be doing, but I think I should drop a little bit of alpha on the prizes that we'll be giving away. So looking for the fact that we haven't given out RFOX 2020 in some time, what's up for grabs for the grand prize at the end of this will be an RFOX 2020. We'll be doing daily giveaways, and we'll be doing some other bigger major prizes for those who participate. More info will be shared tomorrow before everything starts. And we will be doing, or at least I'll be in for Degen Hour on Friday. If anyone needs to come in, wants to know more stuff, wants to know a little bit more about how we're going to be doing other things within the ecosystem in terms of COGS, or what we're going to be doing to push it for that 7 days, you guys can just drop by and check it out. So yeah, I hope that covers it for my side, but I will make sure that all those information is shared with you guys before Friday, or at least latest by Friday, so you guys know what you need to do.
Atesh's question, last AMA, Benny mentioned that it'll be difficult to get people's attention and a well-executed plan is a must. What is RFOX's plan to get people's attention? I'll let Ben talk about it. There's some big stuff coming, and it kind of, we've talked about very, Vault-centric stuff tonight, but there's a lot of other stuff happening in the ecosystem as well. So I'll let Ben talk about that, but there's definitely a lot planned. I also put a note in the chat earlier about the roadmap only going up to the end of Q1. Again, that's part of that. We need to make sure that the announcements we make are clear and explained properly. We just don't want to start putting stuff up on our website without proper explanation. But yeah, it's all good stuff. We got a lot of stuff coming, and we're sure it's going to be quite attention grabbing. C11 working as intended. Was we seeing any growth from these communities?
I can give just a brief. It's more related to us from our perspective with C11 and the partnership. There was a question regarding the developments and are we supporting them and all that kind of stuff. And we definitely are. We're actually working closely with the developer that's building out the C11 district. And some of these features that you see us pushing now for the SDK is actually something we've moved up, that we've prioritized higher and brought up and are working on right now that support those ambitions and going in that direction. So a lot of the platform stuff and a lot of the stuff that we're doing is prioritized around those basic functions that they're looking for, so that they can get going and get their stuff live with their ambitions and things as fast as possible. So we're working with them to get those feature requests and prioritize our build out to accommodate that as well.
Still Rex question is a lot of expectation is placed on having weekly AMAs, and I was interested to know people's views on whether a set gathering is still the best way to release alpha to the community, or whether a shorter but more common approach would be better. Lala's been putting some thought into this, and I think it'd be good to get your feedback on what we did tonight. We can't do this every time because we don't always have this much content to go through, but we're definitely interested in mixing it up a bit, and we want to get some feedback on the best format. I don't know if you want to add anything to that, Lala.
Yep, for sure. So we have been taking in all the feedback that we got last week. We understand that when PI comes, it's a little bit tough for our side to have an AMA. We end our PIs pretty late. So in replacement, or at least for the community's benefit, we will be coming out with more content during those periods or those times when we are unable to do the AMAs. We understand that yes, X is very well received, but at the same time, there's certain information that is a little bit more intimate that we want the community to see first. You guys know the product, you guys have seen it, used it, and it's much more easier for the team as well to take the community feedback and to see what they want to do with it. So yeah, we are looking at other forms and other ways to share stuff. But AMAs are definitely one of the things that we will be reintroducing a little bit, or at least restructuring what we'll be doing with them. It could change. It could morph to something else. Maybe not an AMA. It could be a town hall or something. But we will keep you guys posted, because there is definitely a huge thing that's going to be shared within the community end of this month, and it won't be an AMA style like what we usually do. So that's all I can say for now.
You might be able to handle this one, Luke. Is RFOX do anything to prepare for 9.5 months, the year 2025?
Oh Lord.
Yes,
know, it's
we
quite
were actually testing our ban system yesterday, so we are prepared.
Yeah. We can only ban 25 people at a time, though.
We only have to ban one.
Did you see any others, Lala? I can't see any other questions.
Yep. I think we covered most of it.
So much stuff. We didn't even cover everything in that build. Like, there's more stuff. There's a lot of like little things that you'll notice as well. But yeah, it's nuts. It's a huge one.
Yeah.
Can't wait to get it out.
Alpha and Alpha in there as well.
Yeah, go back through the video. There's definitely some alpha in there. And it's not even very
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all good. Couldn't mute that.
The irony is, I'm the one that said I'm not going to talk about it.
Exactly. Good stuff. Yeah, so I guess it's definitely great to be back, but stay tuned for the next gathering that we'll be having. It'll be probably quite a major one in a couple of weeks. I know a lot of you are looking through what Ben has been tweeting, and he's definitely, when he's ready to share, he'll share it with everybody. It's definitely something that most people would want to sit in for, and I'll keep everybody posted on that one.
This was all just a distraction tonight. But no, in all seriousness, this build is cool. I think we've been sitting on it for so long that we're kind of getting used to some of this stuff. So that's always a good sign that we need to get it out and share it. So the second it's ready, we'll get it out. But we're so close. There's also going to be a COGS Quest build, which will coincide with it. And because of some of that back end stuff I was talking about with this interoperability and connecting up to the platform, these two are kind of codependent, so they're going to get released at the same time. And then we'll go back to separate release cycles again. So you're going to get COGS Quest and the Vault landing roughly the same time. And the COGS Quest build is also awesome and massive when we could have spent this much time on that. It's much smoother. There's been so many additions and fixes and stuff to it. So yeah, it's exciting to share that as well. Phil can probably talk a bit more next week about that, and that's probably roughly when we're going to release it. So we'll get him to give everyone a bit of a run through on exactly what we've done. Maybe we can do a similar demo for that next week.
There's a question for you, Lala, from Aquila.
Yep. So Aguila, like I mentioned earlier in the update, we will be pushing a little bit within the community as well on social media on this stuff. I will be sharing some in more detail tomorrow within the COGS community chat as well as the games chat on that, and you'll be able to tell what's coming up for that WUFFI 7-day plan that we'll be having. And we can obviously do a Degen on Friday. I'll be there. I'll probably give away some packs, crack some packs, just to get into the groove of it all.
I'll be sure to join on my alt account. Ah, shit, I said that out loud.
Oh God! Please bear in mind that all this has to be done in the best manner possible. Anything that looks a little bit sus, WUFFI will definitely not be happy with that. So yes, be good, guys. Don't do things you should not be doing that would affect the community. That's just me telling Gecko. But if anyone else wants to listen to that advice, please do that.
She's saying it to everyone so Gecko doesn't feel singled out.
I'm not going to go and trade between myself. That's just ridiculous.
You and your alt account? Okay, sure. Oh,
I meant my Discord account.
Okay.
So that I could be included in the pack drops.
Oh yeah, you always get excluded from pack drops. So yeah, that's true.
Yep.
I apologize.
You should have come up with something more like a bit more different. Like Country Gecko doesn't quite do it. We know it's still you. It's just it's weekend. It's weekend, Micah.
Civil Gecko.
Yeah,
exactly.
So for Aguila and everyone who's really looking for the WUFFI event, please stay tuned for this stuff. I will be here on Friday to help with any other questions that will come along with that. And yeah, that's pretty much what I'm hoping all the things to be great for next week.
If there's any more questions, just put them in the chat and we'll answer them. But yeah, hopefully that was a really good insight into what we've been working on. Thanks to UrbanGecko for doing that demo. That was really good. And yeah, we'll share that, like I said, as soon as we possibly can. And for the WebGL stuff, maybe just message Lala if you want access to it, and we'll make sure we get it to you as soon as it's ready.
For sure. Last one. I think we should vote for Gecko to do all the streaming now. I'm sorry, Luke, but his stream was really clear.
Oh,
No, it was really clear. I just okay, joking. All right, so anyone who wants
All
to
right.
WebGL
Please,
build, just
you're saying
DM me.
let's work, Luke. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
On that
I'm
note,
out.
let's end it.
All right, guys, thanks for joining. Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Bye, everybody.